Live television often feels seamless to audiences, with hosts greeting viewers with practiced energy, humor, and charm. Yet beneath the bright lights and polished performance, there are moments that reveal the deeply human reality behind the cameras. Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have built not just a professional partnership, but a life together, intertwining career, family, and decades of shared experiences. On an ordinary morning that unexpectedly turned extraordinary, viewers witnessed how even the strongest partnerships can face uncertainty, how love and trust are tested, and how honesty and empathy guide relationships through moments of tension. This story is a reminder that vulnerability, courage, and quiet acts of care define human connection far more than perfection ever could. The unexpected absence. What began as a typical morning in the studio quickly shifted when Mark did not arrive on set as expected. The familiar routine, cameras rolling, producers coordinating, and Kelly preparing for the opening moments, continued outwardly unchanged. Yet the empty chair beside her carried a subtle tension that everyone felt. Kelly instinctively noticed the absence of Mark's usual energy, the familiar playfulness and the small gestures that had become a comforting rhythm in the show. Initially, she tried to maintain composure, attributing it to a minor delay, but deep down, she sensed that something significant had changed. The moment highlighted how even predictable routines can shatter, revealing the delicate interplay between public performance and private reality. Reading the note. A folded note was quietly handed to Kelly, a handwritten message from Mark. Its brevity belied its emotional weight, a heartfelt apology, an explanation of a personal decision, and a hope that she would someday understand. While the audience applauded and laughed unaware, Kelly's internal world shifted dramatically. Her practiced smile masked a flood of emotions: surprise, worry, and the disorientation of confronting uncertainty in a public space. The note, simple yet intentional, reflected Mark's vulnerability and need for space. It reminded Kelly that meaningful communication can be intimate and powerful, even when circumstances demand discretion and poise in front of millions. Processing the silence. Once the broadcast concluded, Kelly retreated to her dressing room, away from the studio lights, to process the note. Alone, she revisited the words repeatedly, attempting to reconcile them with her understanding of Mark. He had always been thoughtful, deliberate, and deeply present, making this sudden absence particularly jarring. Emotions surged, memories of shared mornings, family routines, laughter, and long conversations filling the quiet space around her. This introspective moment revealed the human side of navigating unexpected life events: the shock, the need to make sense of change, and the slow realization that patience, understanding, and empathy are required when someone you love is struggling or needs space. The search for answers. Kelly's concern grew urgent as she sought to reach Mark. Phone calls went unanswered at first, leaving hours of uncertainty punctuated by the quiet of her home, the small reminders of his presence like a half-drunk cup of coffee and neatly placed shoes. While the world remained unaware, she grappled with a swirl of emotions: fear, love, and the profound responsibility of caring deeply for someone in need of solitude. These hours underscored the challenge of balancing professional obligations with personal crises, and the emotional labor involved in supporting a partner while maintaining composure in public spaces. They reflected the delicate tension between private anxiety and public expectation, a duality many people experience in moments of vulnerability. The phone call. Eventually, Mark called. His voice was soft, calm, and tinged with remorse. He explained that he needed time to reflect, to assess his life, and to ensure he could continue living authentically within the context of their shared responsibilities. Kelly's emotions, a mixture of relief, concern, love, and understanding, surfaced as she listened. The conversation revealed layers of vulnerability, showing that even those accustomed to public strength feel the pressure of expectation and the need for introspection. In this moment, patience, empathy, and attentive listening became acts of profound love, demonstrating that supporting someone through uncertainty often requires stepping back and holding space without judgment. Addressing the audience the following morning, Kelly faced the studio audience and millions of viewers with honesty, grace, and compassion. She explained the situation in measured terms. Mark was safe, taking time to reflect, and she supported his choice. Her explanation balanced transparency with discretion, modeling a thoughtful approach to public communication during personal challenges. By framing the situation with empathy and clarity, Kelly reassured viewers while preserving the dignity of both herself and Mark. The segment reinforced that authenticity and human connection can coexist with professionalism, and that truth-telling in a public sphere can be both respectful and deeply relational. Renewal and reconnection. Later, a quiet conversation between Kelly and Mark transformed tension into understanding and reassurance. Words of care, shared acknowledgement of needs, and patient listening reaffirmed the foundation of their partnership. Their dialogue illustrated that maintaining a healthy relationship involves balancing emotional intimacy with personal space, and that reconnection often follows honest acknowledgement of vulnerability. The moment reminded them and the audience that strong partnerships are dynamic, requiring reflection, patience, and willingness to adapt. It also emphasized that love is resilient, not rigid, and thrives when both partners feel supported and understood. Strength in honesty and space. This experience highlights the nuanced ways love, communication, and personal well-being intersect. Public life and private relationships often collide, but Kelly and Mark's approach demonstrates that honesty, empathy, and patience can guide couples through uncertainty. Strength is not always visible. It manifests in courageous conversations, attentive listening, and small, deliberate acts of care. By giving each other space while remaining emotionally present, they reinforced their bond and illustrated that supporting a partner's personal growth strengthens relationships far more than rigid adherence to routine or public expectation. Their story is a testament to the power of human connection, resilience, and emotional maturity. Lessons for partnerships. Through this moment, Kelly and Mark's journey offers broader lessons for relationships of all kinds. Love requires curiosity, attentiveness, and respect for individual needs. It requires recognizing that challenges, unexpected absences, emotional pauses, or periods of introspection are not failures, but opportunities to deepen understanding and compassion. By navigating uncertainty with grace, they model how relationships can balance closeness with autonomy, and how trust grows when each person feels seen, heard, and supported. Their experience reminds viewers that the quiet, sometimes unseen work of maintaining connection is as important as the shared joys and celebrations often highlighted in public life. Human vulnerability on display. The story also emphasizes the universality of vulnerability. Even individuals admired for poise, confidence, and charm encounter moments of fear, doubt, and disorientation. Kelly's transparency in managing the situation allowed viewers to witness the courage required to respond to uncertainty with empathy rather than panic. Vulnerability, rather than weakening her, amplified her humanity and deepened her connection with audiences. It also reinforced a vital truth. True resilience is not the absence of emotion, but the ability to process it with intentionality, reflection, and care. Balancing public and private life. Navigating the intersection of public expectation and private challenge is a theme woven throughout this experience. Kelly demonstrated that it is possible to honor personal feelings while maintaining professional responsibilities, and that emotional authenticity does not conflict with public presence. By sharing carefully chosen details with audiences, she maintained privacy while modeling strength, empathy, and transparency. This balance illustrates how people in highly visible roles can approach life's complexities thoughtfully, offering lessons in communication, self-care, and relational intelligence for viewers in all walks of life. Conclusion: love, patience, and resilience. Ultimately, the unexpected morning in the studio revealed the quiet resilience underlying Kelly and Mark's partnership. Their story demonstrates that love is not only expressed in moments of joy, but also in the courage to navigate uncertainty, respect for each other's needs, and willingness to embrace vulnerability. By giving space, practicing empathy, and approaching challenges with patience and honesty, they modeled a form of strength that is relational, nuanced, and deeply human. The experience reminds us that partnerships are living, evolving relationships, sustained not by perfection, but by compassion, communication, and the consistent choice to support one another even when circumstances are unclear. Kelly and Mark's journey offers a universal lesson. Love flourishes when honesty, patience, and emotional presence guide our actions, showing that even in moments of uncertainty, connection and care endure.